Good Monday afternoon. It is Monday, October 17th, 2022. What is up, everybody? Don't worry, I am perfectly safe. I know I'm in a moving vehicle, but trust me, I am focused on the road. So you just have to listen to me talk this way. Anyway, that being said, so much for 15 straight home games. So much for 10 wins in a row after a loss. So much for being 7.5 point favorites. All of it. You could take all of those facts and stuff it. The New York Jets, let me tell you something, putting the NFL world on notice. And if you want to come through in a big way, you want to sit through all these years of futility and disrespect, you have another thing coming with the New York Jets. Let me tell you, 4-2. If you were making your schedule predictions, wins and losses before this season began, and you would have thought the New York Jets would win at Lambeau Field, everyone would have said you are crazy. And you know what? The Jets are proving a lot of naysayers, baby. A lot of them. You know, and it's great to do it that way. It's great to just prove people wrong that maybe we have something going on here with this football team. That maybe we do. Anyway, all right, we had to make a left turn there. That was a little annoying, but we're good. For all the naysayers, we have come into our own as Jet fans. And let me say, and not only this, okay, not only this with the Jets, not only did they win the game yesterday, 27-10. I tell you, watching the game on replay, I waited till I got my Game Pass subscription and I watched later and I did everything to duck it and I succeeded. Watching the game yesterday, you have to admit, have you seen the Jets look so dominant like this in recent time? Because they shut down Green Bay suckers. They gave the Green Bay Packers nothing most of the game. They frustrated Aaron Rodgers. The defensive line, the clear MVP of the game, disrupted all day. Quinnen Williams, becoming the stud. I mean, he's making a point for defensive player. Sorry, we've had so many Rookie of the Weeks in the last couple of weeks. It's been ridiculous. Quinnen Williams making an argument for the Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, wow. I mean, he just blew everyone away. And don't forget the special teams. Let's add them. They blocked a field goal and they blocked a punt for a touchdown. And my goodness, it's like they made a statement win. They went out there and just made a statement with the way they won yesterday. A statement that's saying we are not this team you walk over anymore. We are a team that is out there that is going to be something, and you are not going to walk all over us anymore. That's the New York Jets. And it was beautiful watching the way they performed. The offense came a little bit of time to get it right. It was 3-0, and then Green Bay tied it just right at the half. But the second, and Zach Wilson was pretty limited. Green Bay does have a good defense against the pass. I believe they're in the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. But it took them a while to get around. But the play that ignited everything, when Zach Wilson got to Corey Davis 41 yards down the field, he scrambled out of the pocket and got Davis, and Corey Davis, the big tall receiver, he's made a couple of big plays. Whenever we've won games, see the Pittsburgh game, see the Steelers game especially, and then the Cleveland game, when in desperate times, Corey Davis has looked pretty darn good. and when he's healthy. Yesterday he made that big catch. Next thing you know, they're getting Braxton Berrios on an end around in the end zone. And if that's what it was going to take to get them out of their element. And then what more can be said about Breece Hall? I mean, Breece Hall, what do you have, 116 on the ground, including the 34-yard touchdown run? Pretty much, after this Green Bay got within 17-10, you sit there and you're like, uh-oh. Like, we're in trouble now because, it's Aaron Rodgers and you never know. Okay, Aaron Rodgers may have the bad thumb and whatever. You never know. But now the Jets didn't budge. They didn't panic. They went right back down the field into the fourth. And the very first play in the fourth quarter, Breece Hall's in the end zone, 34-yard touchdown run. And then they just frustrated the Green Bay Packers offense, which they have nothing. I mean, Rodgers had a couple of nice plays, but all else, and he has the banged up thumb from the end of last week. But, quarterbacks play through injuries all the time, and, even the minor stuff, but Rodgers just did not have it yesterday, but he had no support, and a lot of it's because the Jets' defensive line just wrecked the Packers' offensive line. I mean, they just wrecked them. And it was glorious. It was glorious to see. I mean, wow. I can't even put it much into words. I really can't. I mean, they went up. The Jets are 4-2 right now, and these teams that have been so overrated, they're not that kid. They're not the kid with the piece of gum on the nerd's shoe anymore. They're not. They're not. They have proven, and they're 3-0 on the road. And as much as I'm not a fan of the uniform combination, that white and the black pants, you know what? They're perfect in that uniform this year. Wearing the white jersey with the black pants. They even decided to wear it at home last week. I mean, they'll probably wear it again next week in Denver. But I know when they get home and play the Patriots, they're due to wear the all-black combination. And I do like the black jerseys. They are pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, uniforms notwithstanding. I mean, I mean, the Jets' performance yesterday was so darn beautiful. I was almost in tears. It was so beautiful to watch. That blocked punt, and the funny thing, they didn't even get any interceptions. They almost did. They almost had a pick six in the opening series of the game there with Sauce, but the ball did hit the ground. The ball hit the ground before it landed in Sauce's arms like that, or else he would have had a pick six and really getting the party started. But that didn't happen. They didn't correct call. But outside of that, the Jets were just, they dominated. Everyone, all these naysayers, and the Jets, it's all a big fluke. No, it's not. Oh, the quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, the almighty Aaron Rodgers. And I don't want to hear excuses about he's ancient and he's 38 years old, whatever it is he is now. I don't want to hear it no more. The bottom line is they went in there and they destroyed Green Bay. And Aaron Rodgers could be missing Devontae Adams and, Randall Cobb is obviously past his prime and he got hurt in the game too. But, like I said, it took a while. But while the Jets struggled on offense, the defense stood pat. They stood pat and they looked phenomenal. I can't even put it into words. I can't. I mean, I don't have really anything bad to say. Because there really isn't anything bad to say. They won with a convincing 27-10 win yesterday. Schedule will get tough, but if they're in a good position by the time they get to week 10, which is their bye week. I mean, they've got Denver. I mean, Denver with all their national television attention that they get, they've been pretty bad. They have not been pretty good. Their latest embarrassment was losing to the Colts on Thursday Night Football. National embarrassment, I say. They won a game 11-10. They Indianapolis, I mean, come on now. I mean, it's still Russell Wilson, but, Denver is, we'll see what they are. I mean, But we have to show the Jets have to show to the league. For being 4-2 right now is no fluke with their dominance. You know, go to Denver, get it done. 5-2 going into the Patriot game. I know the Patriots are starting to become, themselves again after the last 2 weeks. They shut out Detroit last week, and then they destroyed Cleveland in their run game yesterday. The same Cleveland Brown team that should have beaten us. And then we have Buffalo just before the bye week. I mean, this is the real test. Who are these New York Jets? Because they are 4-2. Robert Saleh has matched his win total from last year. But who are these guys? Are we really? It's 6 games, 11 to go. Are we for real? Are the New York Jets for real? Because we are a young team, a number of guys under the age of 23. And the draft classes are starting to pay off. This isn't rebuilding anymore. This is putting us to the test. So far, we had 2 tough losses. The opener against Baltimore, in which they didn't impress. And by the way, nice way to choke another game yesterday, Baltimore. And then Cincinnati, who, high expectations to go back, and be, that championship contending team again. But, who are the New York Jets? Because right now, they are showing you something. They are. And I'm telling you, the New York Jets are putting the football world, on notice. And it's making you smile. And I just hope it stays this way. These next few weeks are going to show who are we. I mean, I'm not going to say that we're going to be winning our next 3 games, because we're likely not. But who are the New York Jets? If they're 5-4, 6-3 is a little greedy. But if they're 5-4 by the bye week, then what's been a really mediocre league this year, I think we're going to be okay. I really believe they can. But they also have to keep winning in the division. The Miami game last week was a start. So, that being said, I'm going to stop here. Okay? What a win by the Jets yesterday. One of the most complete performances I've seen in a long time. And you've got to be giddy. Giddy! That being said, I'm signing off for now. I'll talk to you after the Denver game. It's a 4:05 start. Yes. All right. I don't think I'll be needing my subscription for that one. Anyway, that being said, deuces for now, everyone.